Hey guys, it's Formats4 here, and today while I was at work, when I was really bored, I was digging around cleaning up my computer, and I found something that's really cool, and I decided to share it because I think it's so cool. Yeah, so let's just dive right into it here. What you guys are looking at is an entire world save from the VortexPvP map at the end of 2012 to the beginning of 2013. Yeah, it's not just a world download, meaning all of the chests in this world have stuff in them still. And through looking around and seeing what's in some of these chests, it's a lot different, to say the least. So yeah, let's just begin. This is Spawn. This is where you spawn in. This map was the first map I played. I wasn't in any major factions or anything. I was a little noob, still learning the game. This was probably my third or fourth faction server that I joined, considering the ones before this weren't as big. So I was still learning the game. However, for those of you familiar with the faction Get Nerded, the faction that I joined that would later become Innovate, this is the map where they really began, which is really cool. So yeah, let's start around. This is Spawn. Whole bunch of stuff here. Looks like voting rewards. The community, apply for staff, ranks, minigames, and staff. Doesn't look like there was any. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So yeah, and then again, just various things over here. These were the stacked pot villagers. Again, since those didn't save, but these were the stacked pot villagers. So this, obviously, they were around. They didn't have fix all or fix hand. You had to repair items using... you could buy repairs, which I thought was really neat, since non-donators could fix their items. And yeah, part of the reason why I really wanted to show this was... If you've read my Factions Nostalgia proposal, which I'm currently working on a video extremely slowly because I'm so busy, this is kind of the gameplay that I was trying to emulate with that proposal. Here's the PvP arena that is closed. Yeah, so this is the type of gameplay that I was trying to emulate, which is, you know, an old school style gameplay, hence the nostalgia in the name. I think this is for drop parties. They had this up here. I don't really remember. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to emulate here. So yeah. This was the rest of the spawn. The spawn was absolutely massive. Or at least it seemed. It's probably actually the same size as the current spawn. It's just, it seems like there's a lot more going on. Looks like they had a mob arena. Mini games and stuff. I remember over here you could buy protection 4 armor. You could buy sharpness enchants. Oh, what's down here? Oh. It looks like they were going to add player shops, but it didn't. Yeah, so you could buy enchants for your weapons and your tools and whatnot, which was cool. And note the prices. Money was a lot harder to come by back in these days, which I think would be, you know, cool to bring back, because, you know, like, having $1 million was actually a big deal versus now, where you can have multiple tens of millions of dollars and it's not really a big deal. You don't really have enough to spend it on. This was the shop, the public shop. Again, look at the sell prices. Let's find a stack. Well, let's find actual farmable items here. Well, yeah, like 64 obsidian was $800 to sell. Pumpkins sold for a lot. Again, I'm not going to go through each and every one of these, but economy was a lot, quote, harder, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm sure if you sat down and thought it out and were efficient enough, you could make tons of cash. But that might not be the case. Again, looks like you have trading booths over here. Was this a PvP arena? I can't remember. I wasn't a big PvPer. I still am not really, but yeah, there's this. What is this? What is this? I have no idea. Those free money booths? That's weird. Again, we have this cool cathedral thing, which this is where you would go to enchant stuff. And yeah, that's, you know, I will get to the old donation ranks in a minute, which were cool. But you can see right outside of spawn, like directly outside of spawn, pretty much it looks about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chunks out from spawn you could claim. And again, this was a different era, so you know, dirt holes and stuff like that didn't exist. This was a very archaic form of PvP. So spawn bases like this and stuff, there weren't a lot of traps. But yeah, this was crazy, you know, because the second you step out of spawn, you have spawn bases surrounding you. And I remember PvP there was a lot of PvP happening back then, you know, and with a much smaller player base, it seemed like there was a ton of PvP happening. So this is something that I have considered for the Factions Nostalgia proposal, is to make a shorter Warzone like this. However, due to how the game has changed, I don't know if I'm actually going to go through with that. What's this up here? I have no idea. Oh, this looks like just some weird thing. Right, so now we're going to head over and we're going to take a look at the old donation ranks, which I think is crazy how different they are. I'm getting sidetracked here, sorry. This is just so cool. I totally forgot that I had this, you know. Which, by the way, if you were around this map, or around this time, and you have coordinates to bases, tell me, because I want to try and find them. That'd be super awesome if I could do that. Alright, so let's begin here with donations. Okay. So you had the donator rank for $5. Again, like, you'd only get $1,000, you know, but look at the gear you'd get for it. Again, now we got VIP for 10, Elite for 20, Legendary for 30. See, already for $30 back then, this is when you started to get into the Protection 4 gear. However, this was, I believe, they were one-time use kits, so everything you see here you got once. It's a lot different, because it's not like nowadays where you get a kit every so many odd days. This was it. You know, you donated, this is what you got, one time only. Again, Immortal, $40, 2. Now this is where it starts to get cool. Reaper rank for 60. You started to get Protection 5 gear. Efficiency 6 pickaxes. And look at the swords. All 6 of the major sword enchants were on each of the swords, even going back to the Donator sword, the lowest level sword. Oh, no fire aspect, but still. There was a lot more enchants in all the swords. I thought that was really cool, just from an aesthetic side of things. Then moving on, PvP champ rank for 90. You started getting into Protection 6 gear. Efficiency 6, Sharpness 6, Power 6. PvP Master, Protection 7 gear, Unbreaking 20. Efficiency 7, Sharpness 6s. Like, going on and on down the line, you can see the max protection enchant back then was Protection 7, Unbreaking 20. This was a different time. This was absolutely crazy back then. This was amazing. And I remember, too, I'm sure I can pull up some old Kill Ryan videos. For those of you who don't know who Kill Ryan was, he was a streamer, and he played, and he made YouTube videos, and he was in Get Nerded. People would, in regular Protection 4, no Unbreaking, take out people with Protection 7. It was crazy back then. And again, look at how little cash you get for these donations, right? Like $10,000 for a $10,000 in game for a $180 rank. Again, you get, you know, tons and tons of, you know, super OP enchanted gear. Endermaster, Emerald, and then the Vortex rank. You get 7 sets of Protection 7 on Breaking 20. Like, that's insane. That type of gear you'd get. So again, that's crazy. Now, if you want to know what that looks like, they also had protected vaults that you could buy at spawn, which were double chest size vaults, which are very similar to the PVs now, since they didn't have PVs back then. But you could buy an, I think it was an unlimited amount, right? So yeah, these are the old vaults with stuff in them. So again, like spawn eggs, stacked pots were crazy. And this was back when stacked debuffs were a thing. So people would run out into a fight with stacks of instant damage potions. It was absolutely insane. But again, like, look, Sharpness 7, Smite 7, Bane of Arthropods or whatever, Arthropods 9, Fire Aspect 4. Same thing with the bows, with Punch 3 on there. We have Cad's Vault from Innovate, nothing in it. OGBizzle, the guy who gave me this map, my good friend OG. Again, like, look, like, this was the gear that you could go up against Protection 7 gear and still like kill people in it. It was absolutely crazy. Prot 7 on Breaking 20. Like, just imagine nowadays using that on a regular PvP server. Like, imagine if that was on Vortex now. It's absolutely crazy to think about. God Sword, God of Apples, God Bows. Yeah, it all came in stacks, the gear. Like, this is OP factions, you know? Like, what OP factions is now. This was regular factions back then. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, see, look. Instant damage 2 stacked pots. Minor Barrett. Remember him. Lots of really, really, really cool stuff. Insanic XX, the original Insanic. All Prot 4 stuff. Prot 7. Sharpness 7s. Bunch of Sharp 4s. Again, I don't want to bore you. Pretty much all this stuff is like top tier gear in all these chests, but it's cool to see all the old players who I haven't seen in years playing. Bear. I played with him. He was in Obey. Like, look at all of this crazy gear. Ammo Kid. Sky Pig is Queen Italia, for those of you who don't know. I remember he used to donate a lot. Outlash was in Get Nerded. Undead Netty is Pseudo Wudo's original account that he used. So this was all his stuff, all of his Protection 7 gear, all of his God Swords. Like, it's crazy. I do remember there was an Emerald duping glitch where Fortune on a pickaxe, if you placed the block of Emerald, would dupe it. So that was crazy. Again, like, just look at all these spawn eggs and just, you know, crazy stuff. Technolife, Lord Simon. Remember a lot of these guys. Kane 101, fan favorite Kane 101. don't know whose this is, it broke. Again, really, really cool stuff. Bert and Rabbit, I know he still plays. Cowman. Like, look at 11 stacked protection 10s. And look at all the God Apples. And this was back when there was no God Apple cooldown either. It was absolutely insane times. And that's what I'm going to try. I want to try, at least, to bring back with the Factions Nostalgia proposal. Again, I'd have to work some things out. But, yeah. So, that's going to be it for now. If you guys like this, and you really want me to, I have the coordinates to Get Nerded's base with all of the goodies inside of it. And you can just see how rich and powerful they were back in the day. However, if you don't like this, then I won't do that, and I won't waste my time, because, you know, I'm crazy busy. But, yeah, so that's that. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I thought it was cool. So, yeah, until next time.